Hey folks, it's early, it's cold, and we're heading out for our first ever barbecue competition. That's right, Grumpy's gang is ready to take on the challenges. We've entered every single one of the 8 categories. If you listen real close, you can hear the cows cheering us on. We're going to take you along with us as we go through our first barbecue competition weekend. I'm sure there'll be early mornings, of course, and all-nighters, and hopefully a trophy or two. So stick around, see how we do. We've got the trailer loaded up and ready to go, so we'll see you there, guys. Wish us luck. Edge of the competition grounds. We're getting set up here. I'll progress through some different looks here as we get our booth set up. Thank you to my son-in-law Caleb for helping set all this stuff up. It was a big help. So we kind of did a good job, I thought, getting everything together until Miss Grumpy came later on in the afternoon and kind of straightened everything out for us. But we got our booth set up, got our banners up, we got our cookers out, and got our smokers and our kettles and our offset and all that stuff all squared away. We got our space spread out pretty good. So we were real pleased with this. Now we're going to go through these different classes pretty quickly, guys. So bear with me. I didn't do a lot of video because I was so worried about cooking. We got some still photos, and I'll talk through those and show you how we did on this stuff. So here we go, guys. I'll get to the first class, which is chili. And as you can see, guys, I've got 6 servings on my tray. That's because there's 6 judges. Each category will require 6 servings to be turned in. Now let me share with you how the day works. There's 4 categories today. Each one is due 30 minutes apart. The first one is 11:30, one at 12, one at 12:30, and one at 1. Then at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, they announce the winners of each of those 4 categories. But what I'm going to do for you today in the video is show you what I turned in for each category, and then right after that, share with you my result. Believe it or not, we actually won first place chili. Mrs. Grumpy and I could not believe it. We were absolutely shocked when we heard our name. Super stoked, of course, very happy, unbelievably happy. So cool to win our first trophy at our first competition in our first class. So cool, very stoked. Next category was wings, and here's a picture of our wings. We were real pleased with these. They look kind of glumpy there in the picture, but the sauce looks glumpy, but it was not at all. It was not glumpy at all. It was actually, they looked great. Very pleased with these. Of course, didn't expect any kind of results out of them. It was our first competition with them, but we were very pleased with them and made our first turn-in box with the kale on the bottom and all that. So we were real pleased with how we did here. So we turned them in, and the results were the same as before. We could not believe it. We won first place wings as well. Guys, we were stoked. We just could not. We were looking at each other like, how in the world did we just win this one too? It was so amazing. First place in the chili, first place wings. We were absolutely stoked. Could not believe it. What an incredible experience. Stuff was sauce. But it's my basic barbecue sauce I always make. It's a ketchup based, well balanced, a little bit of heat, but not much at all. Got a great flavor. We've always used it. We all like it. We had no idea that it was going to be award-winning barbecue sauce. Cannot believe it. It was an incredible run. First, second, and third categories, we win. Unbelievable. So stoked. So here's Mrs. Grumpy and I holding our first 3 trophies for our first place in the first 3 categories we ever entered in a barbecue competition. We couldn't believe it, guys. Our 4th category for the day was creative side dish. We knew we wouldn't score well there. We just wanted the points towards the grand championship. We had a baked bean dish. It was fantastic, but not very creative. But what a day, guys. First place in the first 3 categories. Oh my gosh, we were over the moon. So stoked, so excited. It was crazy. And while we were crazy excited, we knew we had a lot of work left to do. For the next day, we had to trim chicken, brisket, ribs, pork butt, a lot of work ahead of us. We had to keep our pork belly burn ends smoking for the afternoon for the People's Choice item. I'll show you a picture of that a little bit later on. But we had a lot of work to do, so we knew we weren't resting on our laurels. We had to get at it. That first on day 2 was chicken. So these are chicken thighs that I've worked on, and I've practiced with, and learned how to trim and get them set up right. I'm extremely excited about these. I thought they looked fantastic. Didn't know how that'd turn out, though, of course, but I was excited about them. Knew for me, I'd done a very good job with them as far as getting them trimmed right and cooked right. So kept our fingers crossed to see how we did there. But he pinched me. We actually came in first place in chicken on day 2 in the first category. So wow, cannot believe it. Was so excited about this. I worked very hard on that chicken and I got it down, and I was ecstatic about winning that category. Could not believe it. Next turn in, guys, was pork, and here's our pork box. And we have chunks, pulled, and money muscle medallions down front there. Came in second place with this pork turn-in box, and I was very pleased with that. There's a lot of teams there, very good teams, and I was super stoked to come in second place with this pork. Pleased with the turn-in we had. I like the box for beginners. I thought we did a great job, so very happy with second place pork. All right, guys, next was our rib turn-in. I was very pleased with these ribs, probably the best ribs I've ever made. We came in third place with ribs, and again, guys, I'm very happy about that. I'll take that all day long. But these are the best ribs I think I've ever made, so I'd love to have tasted first and second place to see what I need to do different for the future if I ever do another competition. But very pleased with them. I'll take third place and be excited about it and move on. It was brisket, guys. I wasn't real pleased with my brisket. I thought it would be okay. Came in third place with brisket as well. I'll take that. I did not expect to place at all, so I'll take third place in a heartbeat. Very happy with the turnout for the brisket. Finally, guys, here's my People's Choice entry. This is our pork belly burn-ins. The way People's Choice worked was a general public could come through the competition area, and if you as a competitor entered the competition for People's Choice, you could offer these folks a bite of your food, and they would then vote on who they thought had the very best option for People's Choice. If you've never had pork belly burn-ins, I highly suggest you try some. If you can make them, go to Matt Pittman's Meat Church website or YouTube channel and check out his pork belly burn-in video. They are out of this world. People lost their minds over these things. So they liked them so much so that we actually were fortunate enough to win the People's Choice Championship as well. Very pleased with this win. There was a lot of people that came through that voted, so to be voted People's Choice Champion was fantastic. Thank you to everyone who voted for us. We greatly appreciate it. One thing left to announce is the Grand Champion, and we caught this announcement live. Here we go.
For Grand Champion, for $1,000 goes to, I can't read it, Grumpy.
Guys, I can't tell you how absolutely ecstatic we are about this. It was a really cool weekend for us. First competition, we did very well, obviously. Extremely excited about this. Here's the team, my wife and I, my son-in-law, my daughter, my granddaughter's in the picture as well. My grandson, who actually is the one that's responsible for calling me Grumpy, is not in the picture, but he's there definitely. Had a great weekend, guys. It was so much fun. And a special thanks goes out to Green Springs Volunteer Fire Department for sponsoring this event, and all the volunteers and sponsors that were involved with them. Appreciate that greatly. The tournament's called Smoke Over Holston. There's a Facebook page. Please go and follow that. If you're interested in joining next year, we'd love to have you. I think the more the merrier, of course. So we do appreciate their effort and fantastic competition. Look forward to being there next year. Recap, guys, we won first place chili, first place wings, first place sauce, first place chicken, second place pork, third place ribs, and third place brisket. We won People's Choice Championship as well as the Grand Championship. Very fortunate, very well blessed, guys. And until next time, I'll meet you at the smoker.